Well, hello, Abby Johnson here, and I am here to talk to you about the female erasure of the day. I mean, I could probably, in this society, talk to you about how our culture is trying to erase women every single day. But this one is a really interesting one. Now, most menstrual cycle products like Thinks period panties and a lot of other things, a lot of other companies like that, they are traditionally liberal. They support organizations like Planned Parenthood and that sort of liberal thought. They support abortion. But I heard of one this over the weekend that I had not heard of before, and probably because it's based in the UK. But it's called Yappy, and I hate using the name, but you're going to go look it up anyway. So I might as well just tell you. And they had posted a graphic that had this quote from the CEO and founder. Most bleeders know how they are impacted by their period, but unfortunately aren't in touch with their feelings and symptoms in other phases of their cycle. We are here to change that. Daniela Perry, Yappy founder and CEO. Now, I've been called a lot of things. I have never been called a bleeder before. That is an interesting new term. I can guarantee you they did absolutely no market research when they decided to coin a new term for women who have menstrual cycles. Now, there were a lot of women who, of course, slammed them, not even conservative women, just women in general who slammed them on social media for using this absolutely ridiculous term of bleeder. It's completely dehumanizing to women to reduce someone to something that happens to our bodies once a month, which, by the way, it doesn't happen to all of us. It does not happen to me anymore. Doesn't happen to many women. Does not mean that we are less than a woman, because that does not happen to our bodies anymore. Doesn't mean that we can't have a say in what happens in general to womanhood or what makes women or anything like that. So it's absolutely bizarre that they would sort of reduce womanhood down to this sort of standard. Anyway, they did respond to this and to this criticism that they received. And they basically just said that it's the brand is focused on welcoming all of those who have a menstrual cycle, which of course we know that's what they were going for, referring not just to women, but trans men and non-binary people. We recognize the menstrual cycle is a biological function, but they cannot seem to recognize that there are biological sexes. We should be proud of this cycle of bleeding from our uterus. It's what makes us different. So we want to have this conversation to bust the social stigma of talking about it publicly. We strongly believe all women, girls, and people with a menstrual cycle should feel welcome at Yappy. We also understand there are many women who don't have periods and some people who menstruate who are not women. That's not true. That's biologically not true. If you menstruate, you are biologically a woman. Also, I think it's really weird that they're like, we have to bust the social stigma of having a period. I don't think that exists anymore, really. It's not the 1960s and girls are like shoving a pad in there, like, oh, I don't want anybody to know that doesn't really happen anymore. It doesn't really exist anymore. I mean, men have been buying women pads for many, many years. I just don't think that's really a thing anymore. I think this was just about pushing their agenda, period. And we have got to stop supporting, buying, doing anything with these sorts of companies that are erasing women each and every day.